So, what does it mean to be a good coach? A person once said that a great coach is really hard to find, but impossible to forget. And I think that quote is important to understand because coaches mean so much to athletes and how they actually live their lives and what it means to them. And so I think learning to be a good coach is really important. You should listen to this speech because not only will I teach you about how to become a really good coach, but also what it means, and maybe career opportunities that you may have not actually thought of before until now. In this speech, I'll teach you about the physical education certification for athletic coaching. In this speech, first I'll teach you about the requirements to get the certification. Second, I'll teach you about the program outcomes and the program outlooks and the learning outcomes of the certification. And third, I'll teach you about the job outlooks. So let's begin by talking about the the certification requirements. First, you need to take a couple of, first you need to get a bachelor's degree in kinesiology or a related field. And the required courses for that would be kinesiology, obviously. You'll need to take human anatomy and human physiology. Then you'll need to take a couple courses of movement-based classes such as like gymnastics or swimming. And lastly, you'll need to take restricted electives, which are like math and sociology. Then you'll need to complete a teaching preparation program and the state examination, also known as the Praxis 2. And lastly, you'll need a couple other certifications such as a CPR certification, a lifeguard, or a sports therapy. And then, so after the certifications, then you'll need to I'm super sorry. I'm like super nervous. Preparation programs. Okay. So now that we talked about the requirements for the classes, then you'll need to talk. Then you'll need to look at the outlooks and the outcomes of the program. So first, alongside of the 19 units that are required for the classes, you'll need to take a couple extra courses that are specialized for the certification, such as nutrition, fitness and exercise, and human biology. A couple of the outlooks for the class or the outcomes, you'll need to be able to demonstrate the information, the training, and the practical skills needed to qualify for jobs. And second, you'll need to be able to create like routines set by the routines based off the recommendations and requirements set by the exercise scientist. And those would be like nutrition, eating like routines, exercise routines, or training regimens. And now that we talked about that, I'd like to move on to the job outlook, which would be like the first question most people ask are, how much money can you make with this? So the median income for this type of job is about $34,000, with the low being about $20,000 and way up high being about $90,000. And then what kind of jobs can you get? So most people think of athletic coaching as just strictly you're teaching amateurs or professionals, but it also has a couple of wider, broad jobs you can get, such as like sports nutritionalists, personal trainers. You can also be in like the hospitals trying to like help people with that way, or just many other jobs like that. And then what kind of the work environment do they work in? So jobs like this type of job requires to work irregular hours such as evenings, night times, or even holidays or weekends. And you also need to be able to work 40 plus hours a week during that your specific sports season, if you will. You'll need to be able to travel for games or competitions, and you need to be able to put extra hours into that job. So now we've talked about all the requirements, the outlooks for the program, and for the job outlooks. I like to end my speech by saying that a good coach really is involved in their sport. They have to really love their sport in order to teach it well and create a good impact on the students that they teach. And that's what I think a good coach means. Thank you.